Hello, hello! Good evening, everybody. Hey! Hi, Mariana from Canada. Excellent that you're joining us. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just wondering what the time could be in Canada right now. Let me just quickly check, because I'm very curious. Time in... Which part of Canada should we check?
Toronto?
Time in Toronto, for example. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Excellent. Okay. Well, what's up in Vancouver? I never knew that there's like 3 hours difference between those.
It's a huge country.
Indeed. Thank you, Marci, for being here. By the way, everybody, awesome new thing we have is the chat. We will have you guys over there.
Oh God, I cannot do this.
Hello, Ashley from South Africa. Amazing. We are going live today, and this will be a very, very special New Year's episode because we will be talking about attractions of Budapest, but from a different kind of perspective. But before we dive in, obviously, people will still need time to join in, so we'll give a few minutes before we jump in, by the way. There is one new thing. Maybe those of you who have been watching this channel have seen that we love a very specific Hungarian dessert bar, and that is the Tòrò Rudi. Can you explain for those who don't know what this is, what magical good thing this is?
It's basically chocolate covered curd, or well, cottage cheese if you're not familiar with it. Sort of the same thing anyways. Very, very sweet, and just the best thing ever that we have for light dessert. It's basically just a chocolate bar, or however you would call it abroad, but... Yeah,
but what's really cool about it and unique is the curd filling on the inside. And if you have watched the video, if you haven't, go and check it out, because they have a ton of different ones. But one of them, most of them, because of the curd, they used to market these as like healthy things back in socialist times, right? And the reason for that is curd has a lot of protein. So already, eating this thing could be considered healthy because of the protein.
It's dairy anyway, so, milk stuff, so it must be very, very healthy.
Yeah, but curd has especially high protein content. And for whatever reason, people, this one here, this has even more protein in it. Why? I'm curious if this tastes better, worse. Does protein have a flavor?
I'm extremely surprised if it's not just the same one that the basic one.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So obviously we don't really have a plate, so we're just gonna break it. Oh God, something happened.
Okay, let me take it.
Be careful.
Okay, so you see a little white inside, that is the lovely curd.
I will not take it out because it's already falling apart on that.
No, just eat it from the package.
Yeah.
We'll clean up afterwards. In the meantime, hello everyone who has joined. Thank you very much. We will get to our main topic of the day in a few minutes. First, we try this very new protein-rich Tòrò Rudi.
It makes no sense.
You know what? This is the exact same one that has the not the dark chocolate outer layer, but the milk chocolate outer layer. It's actually not that dark.
It's weird. I mean, if you are trying to make something that's, it doesn't say it's healthy, but I would definitely put the dark chocolate on it, which is not chocolate, as we know, but technically it is.
See, here's the thing. You said this is not healthy, right? The thing is that I saw, so this is all over the Hungarian Instagram right now, because this is the new thing. And I have seen people post this, that even when I do my healthy lifestyle, I can still eat this.
No.
It's delicious. It is really, really delicious. All right.
Full of sugar though.
Yes. We have R from Chicago, but living here in Budapest for 3 months. Amazing. That's
Nice.
an adequate amount of time to see the city, and also a lot of other things in Hungary. Who else do we have? We have Radio Free Australia. Hi, thanks for
Hi.
joining once again. We also have Varun, who was in Budapest over Christmas, and the channel was extremely helpful for preparing to be a tourist. Thank you so much for
Very
tuning
nice.
in once again. Hopefully one day you can return for more. We also have people from Rotterdam. Hi, thanks for being here. And Anders has booked the next Budapest trip. Awesome.
Excellent.
And this is probably for you because what we're going to talk about are the attractions. And basically, just to showcase for everybody what's going to happen is that we have a tier list. Okay? How tier lists work is that we give tiers to items, and in this case, attractions.
Yeah.
How do these work? So if you've been playing video games, maybe you know that here the alphabetic order is a little bit different. S, like the super special, amazing, that is S tier, is the best. And then we go A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Normally there is F. Those who may went to like American schools or watched any American media know that the F grade is garbage.
Fail.
Failure, yes. Now, here's what I did. I went to ChatGPT, and I know ChatGPT and AI, that's a little bit too much these days. But I will be honest, I actually used ChatGPT for research to like find things and summarize things for me. We actually made a video about a very special Hungarian drink, and I kind of had to like look up, you know, the proper English words for a lot of things and summarize the processes, how it's made. And ChatGPT is good for these kind of things.
Yeah, sure.
But what I also asked it is to give me the list of the top attractions of Budapest if I were a tourist, if I came here for the first time, what are, you know, the things on social media that are viral, that are all over the place, right? And like I tried to make a list of these. Now we talked about this before.
Yeah.
You kind of know what's on the list. Do you already have any like surprises?
Surprises? I mean, yeah, just the fact that it's some of these things that you will see is recommended as the top things to see in Budapest. That's kind of interesting to say. You will see, we'll get there, we'll talk about those as well. But apart from that, it's mostly cookie cutter, which kind of makes sense because obviously this will be the AI is trained on the content that people put on the internet anyways, and since there are lists of these types like for tens of years now at this point, it kind of makes sense. There's one thing that I was kind of surprised that it's not there, but that will be discussed for one of the items anyway, so we'll see.
To me, there was absolutely no surprise. I low-key expected a few things that may, you know, not be on the radar for most people and maybe like, you know, off the beaten path, but obviously, you know, people want to come here, people want the best, and in the end, it's always going to be the same list. So today, most people come here for like 3 days. You cannot put all of these on a 3-day itinerary. Maybe a week, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a bit too much. It's impossible to do it. So what we want to do is rank them. And already, a disclaimer, luckily, none of the things that the internet tells you people to come and see and visit and do here are F categories. Nothing is a fail. Nothing will be bad from any of these, so there is no F tier. We will not do that. But the way I kind of envision this is S is like must visit at all costs. Maybe a thing if you're here for second or third time, you should visit it again, or it's super amazing, one of your favorites, anything.
Sure.
A is something that's absolutely worth a visit. It's not S tier. If you have seen it before, then maybe that's not needed to see it again, but it's generally good, excellent, great. Put it on your itinerary. B is visit if you have time. So things that are
Makes sense.
maybe, you know, If you have tight time, a tight schedule,
Yep.
then maybe it's not to be placed there. And C is something like, that's not I would recommend for first-timers. If you're here for the second and third time and want to see something, do something different, then that could be it. That could be an option. And a D is, it's not a fail, but if you want to skip it, it's okay. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
So, in order to help us with this, we have a little thing. Not this, but it's here, the wheel. But of course, like with all of our little discussions, it's always good to have like, some drink that goes well with a good conversation. And today, on our last live stream, I actually had this. This is a bonsai kadarka from Szexárd region, one of my favorite regions. It's not bonsai because it's made in Japan or anything. The wine itself is very old. That's why it's called bonsai. But if you hand over your precious glass,
amazing.
I'll get this started, and then we will also kickstart our little discussion here. Here you go. Excellent.
Thing.
In the meantime, we also have the Verdis family joining from Australia. Hi, thanks for being here. It's so early probably in Australia. Let me check the time. Time in...
It's late. Oh, you... Okay,
It's
sure.
early, it's early. Time in Sydney.
Sure.
6 o'clock. Oh my God.
Wow.
Thank you so much for waking up so early in the morning. We have to have a good show then.
Yeah, sure. Cheers to that.
Cheers to all of you. Okay, so what does the wheel say as a first one? I am very curious what we will be talking about first.
Never realized there were so many, to be honest, but...
We have 27.
Yeah.
Fisherman's Bastion.
Okay.
Honestly, everybody knows what the Fisherman's Bastion is. You may have heard that there is actually there was kind of like a controversy related to it lately.
Totally skipped me, by the way.
You were lucky. You were lucky about that. So, Fisherman's Bastion, how would you approach this?
Via the steps.
Yes.
But I just realized that we did talk about all of the attractions, but I don't remember all of them, so not sure if I should already go with a higher ranking. But again, it's basically a must-see. The reason behind it is you will most likely go to the Palace District or to the Palace itself anyways, which means you are basically next to this. So there's really no way you can actually skip going to this place, and you should not skip it. It's just it gives you a really good view of the Pest side of things. There's the free version of it. I know there's some weird stuff going on, how you can go up on the stairs and on the actual Bastion kind of thing. But to me, absolutely S tier, to be perfectly honest. It's just, it works on so many levels. It just gives you the view, the whole thing is beautiful. You will go there anyways. There's really no other way to put it.
Yeah, so I think what's really important to understand about this is that what we're saying is, we do get a lot of questions on, can you visit this for free? Should you book ahead when coming here? So, just so that everybody really knows and understands. So, you see here the Bastion itself, right? And you can see that most of this place is flat. It's actually on the same level as the Matthias Church, which you can see over here. And there is like an upper floor, which is right over here. I think maybe we can somehow zoom in here. These lovely people here paid 1,500 forints to be here on the top. Now, is it worth it? In all honesty, if you don't mind spending that much money on this, then it's fine. However, in my opinion, you can still get a really good view. You can see people over here, right? So they have not paid anything. They here have not paid anything. Luckily, because a few weeks ago, they actually wanted people to pay for all of this. And oh my God, luckily, it did not happen. But from this perspective, here and here, you can get still an amazing view. Though, I must note, this place is crowded. It's one of the most popular places.
Of course.
So, in all honesty, this is S tier. Because of the story, because of the 7 bastions that we have here and there and the meaning behind them. I think it's a really, really good and nice architecture. It's literally like going into like a fairyland. Right? Especially this part. I really love this little step. So you can walk up here, but you cannot walk inside. So usually there's like some event in there, or you cannot really get good views from this part here, but the rest is all good. So I would highly recommend people to come here. And with that, I also think that we do have our first S tier. It's for free. It's for free, and it's excellent to take photographs and everything.
Keep in mind though, as he said, the whole place is usually crowded. So the pictures that you see online where there's like 2 people just hanging around, that's not what you're gonna experience there. Anytime, any day, any season. It's well, again, one of the most popular things here. So just be prepared for that.
If you want to get like really good shots of the place, come here during sunrise. There's going to be a lot of other professional photographers here. But yeah, visit it if you come here and you want to see something really nice and for free. But I'm wondering if the next thing that will be spent from the wheel will be also for free. Because not all of these are free. Actually, some of them are quite expensive. Let's hide the choice and let's spin the wheel.
Let's go.
Hi Ákos, we will be there in 9 days. Thank you for all the great tips. Can't wait to visit for the first time. Hopefully you, Karen, will really enjoy Budapest. Such a beautiful area. Yes. Oh yes, the Hilton Hotel. One other thing to mention about the Fisherman's Bastion is right next to it, there's a really ugly, like socialist era Hilton Hotel. The views there are amazing.
But unfortunately, looking at it is not that amazing.
So, shoes on the Danube. It is really popular. I see this coming up quite a lot on social media. It's right next to the Parliament building on the shores of the Danube River. And this is a monument, a memorial for some tragic events that happened here in Budapest.
So rating it because of what it is not that easy. As a standalone attraction, or well, really attraction, it's kind of a weird word to use for that. But again, a standalone thing, I don't think it's that much important from just your one-day itinerary, for example. But as a memorial or a monument, it's a very poignant reminder of a fairly grim period of time that we had here. Just on that, it's again, using the word nice to see is very, very off. It's just something to see. My only advice here is that do the research. Go here only if you know what this is. You don't necessarily want to take selfies with these. You don't want to try the shoes on. You can see these posts from time to time, and it's kind of, well, disappointing to say the least. But again, I get it, it's popular. I don't really understand why, but again, it is what it is. For whatever reason, the internet decided that this is a must-see when you come to the city.
Yeah, but the thing is that whenever I see people talk about this on the internet, it's very few times when they actually say what this is about and why you must see it. I think it's a really smart monument because it's very simple, it's elegant for this memorial, and it is thought-provoking. But the problem is that a lot of cases people just say, oh my God, go to and watch and see the shoes on the Danube. And I do see tourists coming here who may know what this was, but they don't really understand the gravity of that tragedy. And I do see people taking selfies. I do see people trying on the shoe. Not every time, but hilariously frequently, unfortunately, that it exists. Now, my advice to whoever comes here is yes, research about it. And maybe for future of Budapest, one of the problems here is that right a little bit like a few meters from here, there are three plaques in the ground. One in Hebrew, one in Hungarian, and one in English. And they are a very brief summary of what happened here. So those who don't know, during the World War II era, fascist soldiers, Hungarians and Germans, shot Jewish people into the river, and unfortunately, their belongings, these were desperate times, and in desperate times people become monsters, and they took their valuables, including their shoes. So before being shot into the river, they had to take off their shoes, and that's what happened. Now, there is more info, more context, there's a lot about this, how this occurred, why it occurred, and I think it would be best if there would be like one large plaque that explains this a little bit more. Or maybe like a QR code, scan me, learn more about it. That would be actually a little bit better. It's actually quite easy to get here. It's if you go to the parliament. So as an attraction in its current state, ripping away what is behind it, purely looking at it as an attraction, I would give this an A, because I miss that lack of context that it gives. It's nice, it's simple, it's there, but if you just go there and you don't know what you're looking at, it's harder to get the real context about it, unfortunately.
For the very same reason, I would even rate it lower, again, as an attraction. Just because, this is something you have to see in Budapest, I don't know, to have a good time, I guess, all in all. It's something to see because, again, it's a smart thing. It's a very poignant reminder of this. But as an attraction, I simply cannot really recommend it. I would put it in like the, again, second or third visitor. I think we have one of those categories. For me, I would rate it much lower than A, but that's just personal opinion. You should see it, not necessarily on your first visit, or at least not when you are here for just 2 days or something.
I would say
one
yes.
thing to note. Since it's close to the parliament, and to the extremely scenic, Danube bank where you can just walk along the river, it's easy to fit it into your daily program or whatever. So sure, if you are walking near, obviously check it out. But as a recommendation, I still find it interesting.
So R is writing that it's a must-see even if you don't know the history. And I think he thinks that most people see it because they are already right there, and that is true because you will go to the parliament. It's on this list somewhere. We will talk about it later. To me, the reason why I would put this again as an A is the location itself also gives you a reason to check out something else, which is like the banks of the Danube. You can walk along this path before the parliament, or even walk further to the Lánchíd, the chain bridge. So
absolutely.
I think you should come here because then you will also look at something else.
You will. So anyway, if you are coming to the parliament, you will be near it anyways. So it's just you will not see the parliament because you are coming to this location, but you will see this attraction because you are coming to the parliament anyways. So on that note, yeah, sure, we can agree on.
I will put this in A then, and hopefully one day there will be better explanation, a little bit more context to it. And that probably will, you know, if people will see that, people will also think that I should not take a selfie here.
Yeah. Or maybe just stop people who are doing that, or just explain it.
Yes. Now, let's head back to our little wheel. Let's hide the choice, spin the wheel. In the meantime, let's see. Click the like button. Absolutely, James. I hope everybody who's watching this will eventually click the like button. Thank you very much. That is a very, very good advice.
Oh, wow.
We're going through the real, you know, top recommendations, because Szimpla Kert Ruin Bar is like always on the list.
Yeah. So
this will be hard. This will be very hard to.
Yeah, it's again need to look at it objectively, not necessarily from my perspective. Again, though you can say it with all of these things that are on the list anyways, that the location of these places or attractions or buildings or anything, it's just extremely convenient. So it's not like you have to take 2 buses and a metro to get to them because it's so out of your way. Yeah. On that note, it's an interesting thing. Again, we've been going there for many years, and then we haven't for many years since it's got way too popular. I don't know. Say your opinion. I will make up my mind.
So here's the thing. Szimpla is one of my favorite places in Budapest. But how often do I go there?
Yeah.
Last time I was there, I think it was when I met some of you guys, when we all met some of you guys. Hopefully in a few months maybe we can do again some meetup like that. But anyways, it was a long time ago. And the reason for that is coming here is like you have to plan ahead because you cannot just come here during the evening. As it's mentioned by some of our viewers, it gets crowded in the evening. Really crowded, super crowded. People, this is the building, so this is a ruin bar. You can see it's in ruins, right? And before you get in, there is usually a line here during the evenings, right? And inside, it's a really cool place because you can see that there's a lot of, garbage, trash all over the place, but in an artistic fashion. It's a super hip place, but prices are very expensive. They are insanely expensive. And in all honesty, I like to come here on a weekday afternoon, although then, we gotta do work. Or on a weekend early afternoon. Grab a beer, maybe 2, and have a good, nice conversation.
But the market thing that they do on the weekends. Yeah,
there's the weekend market, which is also very cool. They sometimes, as R mentions, there are live events here, like very small. You can see that it's not a huge place, but there is like a very small concert area here as well, where you can listen freely to like underground artists, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
This to me is an A.
Okay.
It's an A if you know the context. If you know that if you come here during the evening, it will be super crowded. You may get annoyed. It's not that great at that time, but maybe you like that. Maybe you love crowds.
Yeah, sure.
Meeting people and so on.
I would still go with B from my perspective. Apart from how it looks and the general idea that, the posts that you see on social media sell you, it's not that special. The building itself looks nice. It's unique. It's sort of kind of one of a kind, but you will not actually miss anything if you don't go there and take another picture of it. For that reason, again, for me it's a B. Definitely, if you are near there and if it's a quiet afternoon, go in there, explore it. It's a lot easier that way because again, in the evening it's chock full of people.
Yes.
Like we cannot understate this how extremely filled to the brim it is with people. So yeah, B. For me it's B, but we can split the difference.
So
what did we say for the B category?
so the B is go there if you have the time.
Sure, I will stick to that. I will stick to that.
I would say if it's your first time in Budapest and you can come here during the early afternoon to, as someone put it, to freely explore it, then in that case, I think this is an A.
Okay. Sure.
You're okay with A?
I will have my way with other stuff sooner or later. But
Okay.
sure.
You will have an opportunity to maybe, tell me otherwise in another one. By the way, the Szimpla picture is the two of us.
Excellent.
Our time there. Yes. Alrighty. Let us continue with the rolling. Let's hide the choice and spin the wheel once again. How do you find the kadarka?
It's nice.
It's nice?
It's really, really nice. It's light. Like very, very light. Okay. Fair
Heroes
enough.
Square. So Heroes Square is again one of the poster childs of Hungary whenever we talk about Budapest.
I mean,
Voila.
what else is there to say? It's again one of the top things that you will see if you just search for Budapest, or even in some cases for Hungary. This is something that will come up along with the parliament, for example. Again, very, very convenient location. You will most likely come here anyways. It's not out of the city. It's actually in sort of the middle-ish in the, well, in some sense at least. Absolutely S tier, in my opinion. It's just the reason behind it is the environment around it, and just because there are so many other things to see here. It's huge, it's open air, you can sort of get away from the crowd. Obviously on the square itself there will be people, but then you just move on to the Városliget or wherever basically in the vicinity, which is just a huge green park. So absolutely S tier. It's one of my personal favorites in Budapest, by the way. A lot of history there, which you had a video on.
Yes, indeed. So I'm kind of torn between S and A. Kind of because of the same reasons for the shoes in the Danube.
Okay.
Because the thing about this is, if you don't know what you're looking at and who are the people that you're looking at here, then you're kind of losing the context. You don't know who this guy is. You don't know who are all the other people over there. Where are more statues here? I don't know. What kind of pictures does Google have?
Nobody cares about these people apparently.
Who are these people and why are they important? What is the history behind this whole thing? So that I kind of miss. Although we have I think a good video about this as well to learn about it. And with that context, this is a very nice place. Especially how you mentioned the location. You will go through this place anyway.
Yeah.
And for Mike, it's actually his favorite attraction in Budapest. Oh no, the favorite attraction was the St. Stephen's Basilica. We will get there anyways, and we will also discuss that.
Going back to the context of this, because of the size of it and where it is and how it looks, I'm not sure it's needed to appreciate the architecture is not really a word I would use here, but it's just the the look of the full square because of the museums on either side of it. Again, the park in the background. I don't know. I wish people would know about all of the kings and leaders who are there as statues, the small ones at least. But I wouldn't mind if they wouldn't care that much. It's just simply a nice place to visit, again, because of where it is and how it looks. It's a nice thing. I wouldn't need a context for this, is what I would getting there.
In all honesty, now that I think about it, so this does have like this grandioseness feeling because of the open space and, you know, the tall obelisk in the middle and all the other statues. So yeah, let's go with S tier. Definitely very picturesque, very nice. I will give this one to you. By the way, if you know, you also have any super favorites, then definitely mention those because we can also talk about those as well. Okay, spinning the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Let's get back to the wheel.
This is nice and quick.
We have a lot to go through actually.
That's why I'm trying to actually.
So far, so good. S's and A's. Can we get a D?
You can't really go wrong. Well,
wait. Liberty Bridge.
You cannot really go wrong.
But so here's the thing. I'm quite surprised that lists sometimes include, you know, for us kind of strange things. Like you have to go and see this. Low-key, Liberty Bridge actually is one of my favorite bridges.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's definitely one. And then is missing Memento Park. So Memento Park, interestingly, is not on any list of what the social media says, right? So all of these, as a recap for those of you who may have joined later on, all of this, we have asked ChatGPT to compile a list of all the must-see attractions, and ChatGPT came up with 27 of those. Memento Park was not on that list. And Jasmine says that the Central Market Langosh was a ripoff. Indeed, if anyone watches our videos, whenever I talk about the Central Market Hall, you know I tell you not to eat there at all. But we will get there. We will get there. Let's talk about the Liberty Bridge first and foremost.
Yeah. From a personal perspective, I used to go to high school near the bridge, so it sort of has some sort of a sentimental meaning to me as well. But it's one of the better looking ones, one of the more historical looking bridges, even though it was renovated not so long ago, if I remember, at least from the years that I spent on this planet Earth, from that perspective. But again, the main look is preserved, and it just, for me, it looks amazing. It really gives you the historicity of the bridges across the Danube for Budapest. I absolutely love it. And as with all of the previous attractions that we mentioned, the location of it.
Yes.
It's just insane. You have so many options here. Obviously, the Grand Market is there. On the Pest side, on the Buda side, there's the Gellértfürdő, or the Gellért hill itself. So it just gives you so many opportunities to explore further. Obviously, apart from the chain bridge, I can see why it's there. It's kind of a surprise to me as well, by the way. I never would have thought that there will be another bridge mentioned there, but absolutely S tier for me.
So here's the thing about this one. This is on the list. Gellért thermal bath, one of the most popular and famous Art Deco style thermal baths, is not on today's list. It did not fit into the 27. But the other one close by, which we will talk about later, is on the list.
God.
Oh
boy.
God, it is.
Oh boy.
Oh God, it is. Oh God, it is.
Okay.
Nevertheless, so I love photography. If you want to see some of my photos, then go to Instagram and check us out there. I love this bridge. It has just so many different ways you can take pictures of this. There's actually even what I really love, and I never could get a really good shot of it, but if you come, so this is the bridge, and here you have the Gellért mountain, which is more like a hill. We call it hedge.
Yeah.
Which is mountain. And right here, there is somewhere a photo spot.
Oh.
Or is that the photo spot? Because somewhere around here there should be like...
one of those little turret-like places or bastion-like things.
No.
Like those?
No. It's a little bit down here. Then... Mandulafa. Yes, the almond tree.
Okay.
So, what? No, it's up there. It's up there. Bear with us a moment. We're trying to figure this one out. Maybe this one?
That's the bottom.
See, if I come here, show me what you see.
You cannot even put it there.
I can put it there. I will put it up here then.
Put it on the blue line, because
Yeah,
that's where you can. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, here you can see a little bit of it. This tree turns into a cherry blossom during spring.
Well,
And if you come like right here where I'm pointing at, you have the tree like this and you're looking straight at the bridge. Amazing photo opportunity. I love this bridge. I love it because of the location, because of the color. I'm not a huge fan of green color, but it's a unique color. Yes, some football fans may not appreciate me saying that, but anyways. What matters is that this is a nice bridge. It's unique, looks much different than the others. S tier.
yep. Like on the merch that I have myself, by the way, because it
Actually
has it.
You see why it's
Open
my
like
favorite?
this.
Yes. Thank you for taking that one.
Oh.
If you want a t-shirt like that, then check out our shop. It's somewhere in the description, the link to it.
Amazingly soft. I definitely recommend this. This
Awesome.
one.
That is good. Now let's try to switcheroo to the tier list. Administer the S tier
Yeah.
for the wonderful little bridge.
Excellent.
Excellent. Next
Spin.
on the list. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. I had the choice. Spin the wheel.
So many.
The Parliament tour was good as well. Lots of steps inside. Yes, Yasmin, we will also likely cover
No.
that. Maybe now? Not now. Hope
Okay.
to visit Hungary again. Hope, Joseph, you can. Indeed. And by the way, I saw that Jojo Tottenham is also here. Thank you so much for joining us. He's actually one of our members.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you so much for your support, sir. I hope your visit here in the spring will be amazing. And now, let's see if you should visit the Budapest Eye. What do you think? The Ferris wheel.
No. I don't get it. I never got it. I don't understand it. It's to me this is like, again, I don't know. No, for me it's just a huge no. You will be there because obviously it's one of the biggest centers of transport that we have in Budapest. It's in the center of the city itself. It's next to the how do you call it? Basilica thing.
The Basilica.
Basilica, fair
The
enough.
Basilica.
My English is so good today. So you will be next to it. But as an attraction, even using it, I don't know. There's just so many other options from where you can, have a nice view, especially of the Pest side. Buda side, not really. So that I might have to give it to it. But apart from that, I don't know. I don't think it's actually worth the time. Can you book your tickets for this?
No, you cannot book it.
Well then.
You can buy them there, and we barely see, a line. Usually during the evening. So this place is very popular because the nightlife is around here. There are a lot of tipsy people who like, you know what would be fun? Get drunk and go up on the Budapest Eye for whatever reason. Honestly, this to me, been on it several years ago. It's 4,900 Hungarian forints, which I just checked it out, but I don't remember the exchange rate. It's 12 euros. It's 12 euros, people. Not worth it. In all honesty, it's not worth it. See, here's the thing. And in, I think, our top 10 things to do in Budapest video, I do recommend, you know, going up 2 places, get an upper view.
Definitely.
There are much better opportunities to do that, like the Basilica, for example, or on the Buda side of things. Honestly, this is a D. It's absolutely okay to skip it. If you do go on it, don't feel bad about it.
I mean,
it's not terrible. You do get like an interesting view of the Basilica and some other aspects of the city, but you can spend those $12 better.
And just go to the Fisherman's Bastion and you will have almost the same view.
And I think we broke the heart of Radio Free Australia. See, you mentioned, you know, summer vibes and summertime and those kind of things. Yes, possibly, you know, with some nice memories, this place is good. I think the area surrounding it is actually better.
Yeah.
And with that $12, you don't pay for this, you can grab maybe a nice frutch drink. All right. And we also have Karen, who's raising a glass to us both. Excellent, cheers!
Cheerio.
Loving to the UK. Indeed, Joseph is also writing that this isn't that expensive if you compare it to like other places, like the London Eye, but that's like twice as big as this, no?
Yeah. But I mean, you can't really go wrong with any of the most of the recommendations that we have on this list. Again, you don't have to feel bad about it, even if after we say that we don't really recommend it, just go there.
This is a very subjective list, indeed.
It's not expensive, it doesn't last a long while you are there. Sure, why not? It's just, for us, it's...
You have better options. You have better options. And Yasmin is saying that chimney cake. Indeed, the $12 can go and buy you a lot of... Well, depends on where you buy it. You can get like 2 chimney cakes at a very expensive place or 4 chimney cakes at a cheaper place. Yes, and those are also very good.
Yeah.
Next, we had our first D.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm happy about it, but...
Because we are using all the categories.
We're using. You see, it's not that everything is amazing.
Indeed.
And R for $12 can have a dinner. Indeed.
Yeah.
Not at all places, but some places. St. Stephen's Basilica.
Wow, we walked like 100 meters.
Yes, we did.
From the previous one.
Indeed.
You can start with this. I mean,
I will be honest. When I thought about, you know, S tier, as in what that means and what is it, this was coming to my mind. To me, this attraction, I think, is the true S tier from all that we have. Anytime I come inside here, this place is amazing, and I'm not a huge fan of like very classical, you know. We call this in Hungarian csicsás, as in like
so
there's
baroque.
Yes, so baroque. There's just so many little details and like gold all over the place. But here, I don't mind it. It's actually amazing. I was like on weddings here before. I heard the organ being played here.
Ooh, wow, okay.
It's an amazing place.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not just the inside. So I'm trying to find like a picture where we see more of the dome shape. But let me try and zoom in on this one. So the thing is, you can buy 2 types of tickets here. One, you can go inside. Few years ago, it was free to go inside. You could like, you know, leave a donation. Okay. But in order to upkeep and not to get overcrowded, they have basically established like a price that you need to pay, which is, if I'm not mistaken, about €6, 2,400 forints.
Not too bad.
That's just getting entry inside.
Yeah,
and I think that's absolutely worth it. It's part of history. Plus, you have the hand of a Hungarian king, the very first one. The Holy Right, yes. This here, you have it here. You can see this. This is 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
It's insane how much, you know, treasure is here and how amazing this place looks. So that's just getting in, right? The other thing that I love is that you can come up. I cannot zoom in more, but up here, you can come up here.
Oh yeah.
And you can get a nice view of everything surrounding. So you get some view like this, but even better because you get 360.
Yeah. So you can actually walk
You can walk
the
around
dome.
it, yes.
Yeah.
Now, the Budapest Eye takes you. You have no control. Here you at least have some control as you walk all over the place. And it's amazing. And the combined ticket is about 6,000 something.
Okay.
Validating right now. It is 6,200, 15 euros. I think it's better to spend 15 euros here than 12 euros for the wheel.
Yeah. There's just no competition there. I don't think. Again, it's almost next to the Ferris wheel anyway, so. Absolute S tier, and I do agree with your definition that, well, this is the definition of what S tier should be. The ticket price is absolutely worth it. It's something that you should see. I mean, just look at it. What is this? It's amazing. Plus, I really like the building from the outside. So how the building looks. It's every single time I go near it or past it, I can't help but just stare at it. Just the size of it. It's the pictures don't really do it justice. It's when you're standing next to it and just realize how insanely big the whole thing is. I love it. Again, just a couple of days ago, I was next to it and I was like, wow. And I've been here for 40 years. So it's that much of an effect that it has, even on me. So imagine what it will do to you. So absolutely S tier. Absolutely S tier.
We're doing this channel for 3 years. In the past 3 years, I've been in here 3 times. Every year. Because of different reasons. The first video we made about the downtown, the video we made about the 3-day itinerary, when we took Eric Andre in here, there's always a reason to visit the Basilica. S tier?
S tier.
Absolutely S tier. Amazing. There is no controversy here, in all honesty.
Yeah,
not much. So far at least. Basilica. Yay! All right, let's spin the wheel. And let's see what else is coming. Controversy. Maybe. There are a few things here. Budapest has such a good metro system as well to get these places. Tram, underground, reasonable. Absolutely, I think that's one of the best things. And now we talk about Parliament and the tour. Because, interestingly, one of the things that I was really recommended was visit the Parliament as the tour. So they go inside and see what's inside.
Okay.
Now, with that context, and I do see a lot of people asking us, on the ticket website it says it's sold out, and a lot of people try to get in here, go to the tour. So it is something that people read about, and it is something that people want to see in person.
It's been a while since I've been inside the building, and it wasn't even a tour. I was at a concert of all things. Classical one, obviously, but
not
still.
Scooter concert.
That would be
how do you vote?
But I can't really fault people for wanting to go inside because, again, just look at it. It looks so amazing from the outside. It must look the same from the inside, which is, by the way, true. It is beautiful. Now, I don't know how long the tour lasts, but I would agree with that. I mean, this is one of the few places, like huge places, not like the Basilica, where you can, do it in like half an hour or even an hour. That I would probably spend time for because, again, it's a unique building. It's one of our mascots, Hungary's and Budapest's mascots. It's just, I would kind of recommend it, actually. Especially because, so the building itself, yeah, sure, that's out of the question, S tier, whatever. But I would understand a bit of frustration when you actually visit the place. So you go to see the parliament, and you go there and you are trying to take a picture, and basically what you get is like one of the barracks or just a couple of windows, because it's so freaking
It's massive.
Huge.
It is
and then you
massive.
remember, oh wait, I can see it from the other side of the Danube where you can see the building. So you want to have something to take away from the trip. I would absolutely understand going inside. I mean, just again, look at it.
Yasmin was actually in there for the whole 45-minute tour.
45 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
that's
how
not
long it is.
too bad.
I had to book 3-4 weeks in advance.
Whoa.
Or something like that.
Okay.
Or 3/4 of a bill. Anyhow, Yasmin, how did you find it? I'm really curious. Because my problem with this place, so I love architecture. The place, amazing. Blows my mind. The history, whatever they keep there, how that in part of the place the carpet is red and in this other part it's blue, and there is a very specific reason why that is the case from history. That is amazing. But in order to get tickets here, the official website is garbage. Okay. Sometimes you see that the days and the slots are all gone. Whereas if you look during the morning, they release new tickets.
Oh, okay.
And then suddenly there are tickets. Why? That's one thing. The other problem is that if you come from a non-EU or EEA country, so Norway is also part of this, if you're outside of this zone, it is bloody expensive. It's 13,000 forints if you're not from any of these countries. And that is 16 euros is the regular entry for all of us and European citizens, EU citizens, and 32 euros. 32 euros. If you are not, if you're coming from the US, if you're coming from Canada, Australia, that is bloody expensive. So here's
not good.
Yeah. And, someone is from the UK. Yasmin is from the UK. Brexit.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, let's not joke about Brexit, but look at how this happens. To me, this is like a must-see from the outside.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to go through the hurdle, if you want to spend the time in the queue or, being in agony trying to find a free slot online and can make it work, the 45 minutes is very short for that amount of money, but I think it's worth it. However, I would not rate this as a S tier. I would even go as far as saying that the tour itself is B because of all the troubles you have to go through.
Yeah, the context around it, that's fine, but do we have the parliament on the list?
Unfortunately, the list that ChatGPT generated was Parliament and Tour.
But that's, I mean...
Okay.
It's just that, sure, the tour part, I wouldn't rate it as an S, the tour itself, even without the context that you just given me. But you can't really get around just visiting the place itself. You will do it, even though I think it's you have a much better view of it from the other bank of the other bank of the Danube. Parliament itself is an S. The tour, if it drags it down, fine, but it just feels weird to give any other rating to this than an S.
I think let's agree on A. Cool. That the parliament outside and the surrounding area is S. Definitely, it's one of the most peaceful and nice places, you can take very good pictures.
You can just you will not see the full building from the best side, at least. Take it.
Yes. But the inside, I think that's a B because of how the tour is organized.
Sure.
By the way, we had a comment from Derek who has seen the changing of the guard. Ooh. That is actually a daily thing, if I'm not mistaken. So
just once? Isn't it even something that they do more?
So I witnessed a couple of things. I'm assuming that the way it works is first, there is when they come out and put the flag on the large pole right in front of the parliament. Okay. And that is also a spectacle. The flag goes up, it's up there. And then there's a changing of the guard during the day. And at the end of the day, there is when they take the flag down, fold it, and take it away.
Sure.
That's also done in a very nice manner, not just someone walking there. And boop, 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 boop. No.
Fair enough.
But then we can put this in A.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with A. But keep in mind, the building S.
Yes, the building is S, the tour is B. We are settling on A. Ba-da-pa-pa-pam. Back to the heavy
Spinny
region.
spins.
I had the choice. Let's spin. How are we doing on time? We are 1 hour in and we still have so much. We're gonna probably rush through a couple of these ones.
Like this one.
Pinball Museum.
Haven't been, don't know. Is my honest two-word or well, two-sentence review of the place. Heard nice things about it, but as a recommendation for an attraction in Budapest when you visit it.
You know, I was actually surprised that ChatGPT even mentions this. So what is this place? This here is a museum for pinball machines. There's so many here, and you don't need coins. All you gotta do is come in, buy the day ticket. By the way, you get like a wristband. So you come here, you play, no need for any coins. They are all always on, all always available. And if you get hungry, you can, I think, maybe buy something there, but you can go out.
Ooh, and
at
come back?
Yeah, you can come back.
That's
because
nice.
it is valid for that
That's
whole day.
actually
And here's the
very
thing.
nice.
If you come here with children, if there's like rain and you want to spend a lot of hours, when we made the video about this place, we spent, I think, like 3-4 hours.
Wow.
Obviously, it's different when you take videos and stuff, but it is a really cool place. However, in light of this, I would say that this is if you come here for a second and third time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
At
is,
most.
it is something that if you've been to Budapest and if you return because you want more, this is it. This is the more. If you want to be a child again, or you have a child and you want to be a child next to them, this is a very super place. I mean, it has so many old machines, very well maintained. It's, I think, the largest in Europe and maybe one of the largest in the world.
And
one of
it's
the
quite famous for it, just the collection and just the the wideness of it from a time perspective. It's I heard that it's really good, really nice. So short, but yeah, second or third visit.
Absolutely. So this one is more easy to say that, if you've been here, come to the Flipper Museum, C tier, but absolutely worth it.
Where is it, by the way?
It's close to Pozsonyi Street, close to the Margaret Island, Margaret Bridge, close to the Parliament.
Yeah, so not really out of the way. Cool, cool. Spin.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Hide the choice, spin the wheel. Moomba. Moomba is here. Hey,
Holy
hi
crap.
Moomba. Hey, hi. It's worth it if you're into pinball machines, as there really are loads. Otherwise, though easily skippable, just as we said. And here we go.
Wow.
Rudas Thermal Bath. See, maybe 10 years ago, I would have said that this does not belong to this list. Rudas Thermal Bath. Budapest is famous for thermal baths, and that is Széchenyi and Gellért, and like those. Like, I am the local who likes to go to the off the beaten path. I go to Rudas Thermal Bath. Like no tourists back then at all. Now,
well, how the turntables.
yes, how them turntables. Indeed. I mean, again, thermal baths are amazing. Thermal baths are great. But you still have to kind of have like your expectations set, because this place is now one of the most popular and one of the most expensive ones. It's right next or close to the Liberty Bridge, as we talked about it, like right over here.
It's more of the
More of the other
edgy
one,
bit, but-
more of the other one, but still very close to it. And one of the top things that people love about it is this site over here.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, or we know how the tables have turned. That is the good way of phrasing it, but how them turntables is, I think, maybe a quote from a series?
The Office.
Yes, yes. Well.
How
them turntables.
So yeah, it's so small.
Yes.
This specific tub, whatever, it's just
right over here.
it's nothing, and everyone is taking the pictures and sending the pictures just from that particular part of it. So obviously you will have to wait until you can get there. It's not peaceful, it's not quiet. There's a very, very, very busy road next to it, by the way. And it's just, to me, it's nonsensical if you are only going for that particular spot. The whole bath, as far as I know, is nice, but again, got way too popular, way too, well, sorry for the word, but touristy. And it's just, I wouldn't really see it as a nice time, to be honest, as it was in Gellért, as it was in Széchenyi. Those also have way too many people for their own good. This is just more of the same, with a top that you can't really get into for the nice pictures. So for me, it's an absolute time waster. Baths on a whole, maybe would be worth it, just to check it, because we are famous for it and it's a nice time, but it takes time. So it will take a good chunk out of your day to go into these. Not this one though, I wouldn't personally recommend it.
Radio Free Australia has mentioned that, isn't this your favorite? Well, yours is Valley Bay, which is a different one. So just for context, this, let me put this away, Budapest, all the nice downtown stuff, this is over here, and Valley Bay is somewhere here.
It's basically...
This is Lukács, isn't it? A little bit up. Yes, over here. So it's more to the north. And as R has mentioned, I think maybe he mentioned it, that there used to be in Rudas, back to Rudas, days that are only for men and there are days only for females. And that is still the case. There are weekdays. And I think it's not always the same day. So there are like A weeks and B weeks. But the weekends are mostly co-ed. And this is the insane part. On the weekends, the high season, this place, so context, the most popular one, a much bigger one, Széchenyi thermal bath, costs about 27 euros. This much smaller space, which used to be like cheap in a way, this one costs 31 euros on a weekend.
My God. Okay.
It is expensive.
Okay.
It is expensive.
Holy crap.
So, how would you rate Rudas?
You can skip it. I would put it in D. There are other options. You can pick from those. They look better. They are bigger. In same convenient places no.
I would agree. The problem with it is the most popular place of it is that one pool, and it's always super crowded. It is nice, again, if you get the chance to go there and you don't mind spending that money, good for you. You will enjoy it, or maybe not because there's too many people. But if you're making your itinerary, I would not go as far as specifically coming to this.
Again, way too many other options where it's at least a little bit more convenient, but that's it.
All right, okay, now, but by the way, we are listing a lot of things here and you guys are giving us a lot of comments and feedback and stuff, but I'm wondering if there's already some itinerary maybe that you have, and maybe something that you are very curious to hear about. Do let us know in the chat. I'm really curious what else we will have on the list. But now, spinny time. It's time to hide the choice and spin the wheel.
Getting there slowly but surely.
Margaret Island.
Okay.
I think this will be quick.
Yeah, I'm a nature guy. I like nature. It's basically a huge park, as you can look at it. Extremely crowded in the summertime. Other times, it's fine. Winter is the best, as always. Convenient location, middle of the city. You can get to a lot of other areas, especially on the southern end. Nice place to visit, just to get away from the noise. Nature, A. Not necessarily S, A.
A. I love Margaret Island, don't get me wrong. If you live here and you're close to it, it's excellent, especially during summer. If you're coming here as a tourist, I would say because here you won't spend like a few hours, you will spend like half a day here.
Not that much. I mean, the whole thing, going around it is like 6 kilometers, I think, 5-ish, something, if you go around it.
Really? Isn't it like 10 kilometers?
No,
it's not?
No,
okay.
No.
Interesting.
As far as I remember.
Well, whenever I come here, I spend a lot of hours.
That's another thing.
So if you have children and you want to, have like a day which is kind of chill for you but active for them, there are a lot of playgrounds here.
There's a small animal park.
There's a small the Budapest Zoo has like a small place here where they some of the birds are being kept here so that they can heal and so on.
There's some deer.
There are deer here as well. I think
rabbits,
it's right over here, which is currently it's closed because it's the winter season. But there is, you have rabbits, you have other different
I don't remember.
You have horses there as well. Yes.
Oh, sometimes.
Yes, sometimes.
But yeah.
And you have deer, which is nice. It's always nice. But the thing is,
it's very small, so it's not a huge zoo. Anyways.
Indeed, and it's just a few hundred forints maybe to get in.
I don't think even that, but yeah, it's negligible.
So I would say this to me is a B, because if you come here for like 4 days, you can make a day out of this, but you can then go maybe to Szentendre, you can go for day trips and so on.
We are talking about Budapest.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Because obviously Szentendre is much better, but fine, I guess. Again, not much to actually see there. I will give you that. It's just, again, a huge park, but Hyde Park is just a huge park and people love it. So I don't know, I'm probably biased because of nature stuff, but sure, let's go with B.
You agree with B?
Fine, sure. The smart people know that I'm right though, so.
No, it is a good place, but it's like visit if you have the time. That is what B is.
Yeah. Fine.
For Radio Free Australia, it's A. Again, subjective. Subjective.
Great minds and stuff like that.
I mean, the reason why I don't, if I look at what's in A, right next to it.
Yeah.
But sure. Low-key, it should be somewhere over here. Top of B.
Sure. You're not getting out of this.
Scammed. Anyhow, I had the choice. Go through the list. Where are we going? Derek, on the first time, stayed at the Grand Hotel. Grand what?
Grand Budapest.
Grand Budapest Hotel. Amazing movie. Has a good
Doesn't exist.
Hungarian vibe, but it's actually, I think, made after Gresham or the other one.
Don't remember, but the whole thing is not really, not real, sadly.
Matthias Church.
You can't really talk about this just as the Matthias Church. I mean, sure, if you are going in, that's another story. But you will be there because there's the Fisherman's Bastion, there's the palace, there's everything else in the Palace District. You will see it. It's
from
not a
the
question.
outside.
From the inside. again, I was there many, many years ago on a concert because I'm such a cultured person. It was, at the time, it wasn't renovated though. So it was a long time
Okay,
ago.
wow.
And it was, yeah, this is kind of how I remember it, extremely gothic.
It is
and really dark, and it had an interesting aura about it. I don't know, depends on the price. I would recommend going in if it's not too expensive, which you probably have the data for
I
that.
have the data for that. And the Matthias Church is, if you just go inside, it's 2,900 forints. It is actually more expensive than the St. Stephen's Basilica, although I think it's smaller in size.
Oh yeah.
So that's 7 euros. That is 7 euros. You can go up to the tower. That is separately 3,400 forints, so it's 8 euros. There is no combined ticket.
Ooh, that's deep.
But here's what I'm gonna say. I think it's worth to go inside. I think if you go to the St. Stephen's Basilica and see that on the inside, and you come here, you will get an absolutely different experience. It's much more different how it looks like compared, you know. The other one was more about these golden Baroque things. You see more, a little bit more color, and like, it might sound weird, but to me, Matthias Church on the inside feels more Hungarian. The motifs, if someone who's into architecture, probably they are pulling their hairs out of what I'm saying here, but if I go in here, these drawings that we have, I don't know why, but it gives me more of a Hungarian.
Those wines and
these wines here from the old cartoons we used to have about classical folk stuff.
Tales.
Yes, and that's why to me the inside absolutely S tier. And I would still give the whole thing an S tier.
That's sure.
And say that the tower, you don't go up, there's no elevator, you need to go up on your own. I think it's expensive.
It's
the
small.
view,
It's really
very
narrow.
small. And, yes.
So it's not like the dome for the St. Stephen's Basilica.
According to Eric, it is a definitely worth thing to see.
Nice.
But that's good if you have experienced it.
Yeah. Again, totally agree. Again, my experience many years ago was absolutely nice. It's not too expensive. Again, around not even 10 euros. What are we talking about? You are visiting another country. You can probably just spare some change for that. And again, just look at it. It's nice, Gothic.
But there's also AV who also says that it's worth it. Hey, maybe then next time we should definitely go up and see what it is like. I was there when I was like a student, a very long time ago. And at that time, you know, again, I think it's always good to get a higher up perspective of Budapest. But like, if you have time for this, yeah, sure, go up to the top. But honestly, I think the must-see is the inside, the outside, right next to it, Fisherman's Bastion. There's so much more to see in the surrounding area. And the thing is that you have to kind of work around the time, because they, you know, have limited amount of people who can go into the tower, and they have like schedules of when they're actually going.
Yeah. And again, one of the busiest places within the castle district. So keep in mind, your waiting time might be a bit longer than expected.
But it is
S.
It is an S tier. Churches go to S tier here.
But the parliament is A.
Because of how shitty the system is.
I know.
And how expensive it is.
Feels dirty.
Yeah. I had the choice, spin the wheel.
Let's go.
Maybe says that it's a claustrophobic workout. Eric Smith agrees. Yes, it is a workout. River cruise.
Okay.
So this, I think, I see a lot of questions about it. I see a lot of posts about it. It's definitely, I think, one of the most popular things to do in Budapest.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts around this?
Never been on one, to be honest. Never really felt the need for it. I think you have options that give you sort of the same-ish experience, like the tram line number 2. I don't know. I think you can do so much better with your time than just training yourself to the boat itself, the schedule of it. Obviously, you will have to choose if you want to go on daytime or during the nighttime. There will be different opinions that you find online. Again, I think this can be circumvented with the tramline too, in my opinion. I wouldn't really recommend it. I never recommended it to anyone. That's my opinion. So.
And actually, Radio Free Australia mentions that we should do a river cruise video about it. So there is a plan to do, because there are so many. And just to give context, like price differences, just at one cruise company, which is Legenda, and most of the time I think I recommend them because they have the best reputation.
Okay.
But their prices are, where do I have that? Oh, one sec. I'm trying to figure that out. So that is gonna be somewhere, where is it? I think I wrote it down. Taking a river cruise, so it starts at 5,000 Hungarian forints, that's 24.
That's the pinball one though.
I put it, no. Okay, the 20, okay. So, at Legenda, thank you for still seeing properly.
Yeah.
At Legenda, the cheapest price starts at around 20 euros. The highest, which includes a dinner, includes show and attraction, is 110 euros per person. 110!
Wow. Okay.
And here's the fun fact, Marci. There are ones that are even more expensive than that. I saw, and I don't know how much that is, I'm trying to compute it as we speak, about 80,000 Hungarian forints,
200.
which is almost, it's 200. Yeah, but today, it's 200 euros. It's insane.
My God.
Insane.
Okay.
But here's what I'm gonna say. I've been on one a few years ago because my lovely wife worked at a company, and they went on a team building, and the team building was going for a river cruise, and she invited me because apparently they bought too many more tickets. So I could be there. And honestly, so I never advocate for anyone to go on a river cruise because, as you said, you can do so much better with your time, and you can, walk along the Danube on your own, at your own pace, take your pictures, and so on. But the river cruise, it is kind of nice. You do get up close to buildings. You do, if you go on a cruise where they are actually explaining what you're seeing, those are good. Those are nice. The thing is, I would not spend a dime on food. I would not spend a dime on music or the unlimited Prosecco cruise, which is, we have to try that one day. Absolutely. And Andrássy says, most experts say, don't do the dinner cruise. Yes, experts.
Like we are.
Yes. So,
just kidding.
Here's the thing. If you find a good deal, then maybe go for it. Especially during dusk time, during the night time. But it will be crowded. So if you like to take things on your own pace, maybe do something else. It doesn't sound like me. I would put this into A. Yes.
Freaking A! I thought that you say, it's not like me. I will put it on C. And I was like, okay, maybe we can agree. Now we cannot. Jesus Christ.
See, here's the thing.
The point you brought up is fine. Again, if it's not the most expensive version, you don't need the food, you don't need the drinks, you don't need anything. Sure, it's nice just to float down the river or up, because the city is beautiful, the banks are beautiful, that's fine. It's just that to me, it's so easy to replicate that via
that is absolutely right.
trams on both sides, almost, sort of, kind of. It's just, to me, it's a waste of time, really. I would I could agree to do it on your second or third visit. That's something that I could concede. That's a bit much, to be honest.
Then how about a B? I may be throwing this out, but
B is when you have time.
yes, B is it's
Fine.
yeah. I would not do this on a second or third run, because then I would want to, enjoy Budapest at a much, shorter space.
Get out of the city, maybe.
Yeah. So maybe a B then.
Okay.
Maybe a B.
Okay. B. Sure. Fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Split the difference, call it a B. Karen, you speak the way we speak. Excellent. Good friends
A lot smarter.
can negotiate. Yes. Okay. So river cruise, it is a B. Visit if you have the time.
Oh, so that's the... I couldn't see the picture.
Well, so there is a legend, boat, right, in front of the parliament.
Not
Okay.
sponsored.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe they will, call us and say, "Hey, let us show you why this is actually an S tier." Happy to check it out. What's coming up next? Oh, people are not seeing. I did not click on the right thing. Let's stop you. You see? Oh. Just in time. Just in time. House of Terror Museum. I was shocked that this came up
It's
on the list.
interesting. It's interesting. Oh boy. I don't know. As a museum, it's an experience, but it's good. But it feels dirty to say good for something that's what it is. As a recommendation for tourists, especially let's say visiting the city first time, I just don't see it. At least I don't see myself recommending it to anyone, which I never really did. I always mention it. Obviously, if you are walking past it on the Andrássy Avenue, which you will probably do, you will see it. You will have some info about it. You can read about it. You can make a decision if this is something that interests you, as deep as it is, because it's a huge museum. It's a time commitment to go in there, especially blind, as in to the information that's already there. I don't know. I wouldn't really recommend this. I really, if you have definite interest in the topic, like the fascist and the communist occupation of Hungary and how they did some things throughout the decades when they were here. You have a personal connection to it via family. Maybe some of your grandparents told you stories about those times. Sure. Going in absolutely blind, just knowing what it is, I don't know. It's a lot of time again, a lot of reading. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It's a really, really good museum though. I have to give it to it. I've been there twice already, and it's a nice time, but yeah.
It's an interesting museum. It's never a nice time.
Yeah,
Terror
sure.
is never a nice time. So those of you who don't know, this building used to belong to the, let's say, the Gestapo of those times, the socialist times. You don't see here, but there's a very intricate underground system where they tortured people, and it is, a sad place in our history, but it's always good to learn about these things.
Yeah,
So,
face it.
so the thing is that if you are not interested, if you are not invested, if you don't have no connection to any of these histories, then I don't think that it's anything that you should even consider visiting. But there are a lot of people who watch us whose parents, grandparents left during the times that this is actually talking about. And for those, I think it's interesting to learn about what was the word the csengőfrász?
Oh yeah.
At that time when the bells were ringing at your door, your doorbell, there was
During
a very
the night.
specific word to it. Like you it was terror for you if
Yeah.
you heard that sound, because it was
Fright.
probably fright, doorbell fright, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because
That
someone
works.
from this organization may have visited you, unfortunately. And if you want to learn more about what life under this pressure was, absolutely must visit.
Yeah.
However, only if you have this personal interest and
Yeah.
personal connection.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is a D for me.
Sure.
Because
I have to say it as well.
No
because-
need to consider it, but if you have the personal connect, then, and you have the time, then absolutely.
Or if you're extremely interested, like you know what you are going into,
Yeah.
then sure, cool. But now, apart from that, it's not something that you should consider really.
Yep. Next on our list, and this time I will not let you people not to see the wheel. Here we go with the wheel. Yes, they visited you after your neighbor turned you in. Yeah, everyone was basically spying on each other, and everybody was a spy. I am shocked that this is here, as it is.
Yeah.
The Liberty statue.
Yeah.
And I was reading through why. I even asked ChatGPT, why are you suggesting the Liberty statue? And it wasn't giving the right reason. It was talking about the history, the importance of the statue itself. So what is the Liberty statue? The Liberty statue is the statue on Gellért Hill. You can see it basically from anywhere in the city. It's right in front of the citadel. Why don't we see it here? Liberty statue.
Maybe because it's sort of closed.
It is closed. It is closed. Szabadság tér.
There.
Gellért hegy.
Wow.
It's this thing over here. Why is this a video? I don't want to watch a video about the Liberty statue. Anyways,
You get the picture.
you get the picture. This is the Liberty statue. So, isn't it called the Citadel? So,
Almost.
the Citadel is this thing right behind the statue, which is actually a fortress. This used to be a fortress of the German army during the World War II part. And once Budapest fell and the Soviets have liberated, there are stories. It wasn't a liberation, but nevertheless, they've put this statue over here, and this was like a reminder of how the Soviets have, freed us from fascism and stuff.
I mean,
They freed us and went into
Yeah.
a completely different era. Anyways, after the wall fell, after we left socialism behind, this was converted into like memento for every soldier and soul who has fought for Hungary during whatever period.
yeah.
But the thing is about this, for more than 3 years, this is still under renovation.
Yeah.
The Citadel will get like function this time.
It had a very good function before that, though, because I was there on concerts. Well, parties, but still.
This time not
Running joke
classical
now.
concerts.
Yeah, that
yes.
was not a classical concert. Again, it's under renovation. I don't really understand why the recommendation is for the statue itself. I was kind of expecting something like Gellért Hill
Yeah.
as a whole, because it is what it should be. For that reason, though, I would absolutely give it an S tier.
Yeah.
Problem is, to the Citadel itself, you can't really go there at the
Not now,
moment.
yeah.
It's closed for the renovation that he mentioned, but still, you can explore the hill. You can explore a million viewpoints where you have a nice view of the city. Absolutely worth it. Again, naturey place. Not too many people usually. At least it's so big that people are just dispersing throughout the area.
And see, AV is mentioning that it is a huge disappointment because you cannot see anything because of the renovation. And yeah, that's the problem, because people come here because I want to see the statue, the Citadel, and so on. But
That was the least interesting.
that is the least interesting thing. There are these, there are, if you look at, there are so many pathways here. It's just worth to come and try to find one of these spots that this lovely gentleman here has found and made this wonderful shot, because
Just look at it.
the views of the city are, I think, the best
Unbeatable.
from here. It's
Absolutely
unbeatable.
unbeatable.
It's unbeatable. It's one of my favorite spots. And there are more of these places, and I think it's worth to visit them.
Yeah. There's a lot of these. I think these are called turrets.
Yeah. These are turrets indeed.
Throughout the hill at multiple altitudes. So again, one of the best places in Budapest. This is hands down my favorite. The Gellért Hill area is my personal favorite because again, green and absolutely yes. Again, this is the least interesting part about it though. It's nice, it's okay, but the building was falling into disrepair anyways. There was nothing there. The statue is what it is. You look at it, but you get a
What
lot
do you
more
see
out of.
if you look at the statue? And Radio Free Australia has heard things of how this is being called among us Budapesters. It's the great bottle opener.
Oh yeah.
I think there was even a time when you could get like T-shirts where this was a bottle opener, and I think in Chinese souvenir shops where you have these very cheap plastic things, you can also find this as a bottle opener. So that's
kind of smart.
It is smart. So here's the thing. While on the list it says that this is the Liberty statue, I am willing to go as far and give this an S. As the hill.
Yes, definitely.
Not the statue.
Definitely.
Not the statue. Definitely, if you have the time and go there, you will enjoy the views. Think about the views you get from the many little lookout points, not the statue. The statue is not interesting.
And keep in mind, it's basically a 360. It's not just views towards Pest side, but towards the farther Buda hills and whatever is to the south. It's really, really nice.
One other super important thing, if you come here with kids, the reason why you should come here is because there is a super cool slide park.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Excellent.
It is excellent. Let me try and find the proper. This is one picture of it. This is a
but there
slide.
are a lot.
There are so many slides here. Wait, is this? This is the map of slides.
Ooh, nice.
Look at how many slides they have. They have jumping stuff, castles.
Yeah. We had some fun there a couple of years ago, actually, when we took the photo.
As adults, yes, as adults, in the early morning. But anyways, when I was a child, this wasn't here. Children today have it much better.
Yeah.
I have the choice, spin the wheel. We still have about 20 minutes. You want some more?
Sure.
And the winner is the State Opera House. The State Opera House.
Interesting.
The reason why this is on is because of Christmas time. Because a lot of people want to come here and see the Nutcracker.
From abroad?
Yes. Believe me.
Wow.
Yes.
Never heard of this, to be honest. I mean, Nutcracker, of course. But
State Opera House. So how does it? This is how it looks on the outside. This is on Andrássy Avenue, one of the most famous avenues that we have.
Yeah.
And the inside is gorgeous, but mostly you will get here if you actually buy tickets to something amazing. But here's the thing. It is expensive.
Oh yeah.
It is expensive. I checked, and in order to, there are things like in matinee, in the early day, during midday basically, and you can, and I'm trying to find it, where is it on my magical list that we have here, the Hungarian State Opera House, it's like 8,000 forints is like the cheapest, which is 20 euros, which is steep, but I saw tickets going for 40,000 forints, for like 100 euros. especially the Nutcracker one.
Sure, I mean, especially in Christmas time. So just give it to me straight. So this is on the list because it's recommended for people to come here during winter time to watch the Nutcracker.
Yes. Plus, in general, to go and watch an opera.
That makes no sense to me, but okay. The building itself, at least from the outside, you will see, again, you should walk through the Andrássy Avenue, so you will walk right past it. It's a nice building. Had the pleasure to be inside there. Looks amazing. It was renovated recently as well. Haven't seen it yet that way. Buying it, I mean, if you are an opera aficionado, sure, go there, but and it's usually during the evening anyways, but as a recommendation.
The thing is that, and Edward is mentioning that, you know, in North America, there is not many nice buildings like this. And I think one of the main draws of coming to Budapest or Europe, you know, is to see these buildings that are standing here for several hundred years.
Sure.
Which is not like how, you know, especially the western side of America has been built. And this one looks amazing, but I think there's a lot of, again, hurdles.
Yeah.
You cannot just come in here with a t-shirt, people. You have to actually dress up properly. I mean, not like super nice, but you should have like a shirt on, tucked in, nice.
Jacket, pants.
They let you in without a jacket.
Sure, but
if
again,
you're sitting somewhere down here, which I highly doubt because it's very expensive. But yeah, so to me, this is a D because of how difficult it is sometimes to get the tickets to it. If you are a opera aficionado, then definitely, because it's a highly regarded theater of opera. But otherwise,
nah. I mean, you're just visiting Budapest. This will not really be on your list. Let's be real.
Here's the funny thing. When AI became like a big thing, I was like, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to tell me what I should do in a day, and literally this was like, you go here, you go there, you go blah blah blah, and then go and watch the Nutcracker in the opera.
This is insane.
Yes.
I mean, who would recommend this for Budapest? Anyways, whatever. It's nice if you really want to, and if you are prepared and you are buying your ticket like a year in advance, because we try to get some. No, just no, D.
We will put it in D, and some people are mentioning the hotel on the other side. So here's the thing. I am very happy and pleased to say this is the Opera House. Right on the other side, you have this really nice building. You know how this looked like a year or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
In shambles. This used to be the Ballet Institute, and for several years, this was wooded up, walls around it. This whole thing was black. Last year, it opened up, became a luxury hotel. Jesus. Unfortunately, a lot of places here are becoming luxury hotels, but we will not get into that and the reasons behind that. What we will get into is...
it looks nice.
It looks nice. Finally, it does look nice. But State Opera House, it's a D.
D, yeah, sure.
On the outside,
you will see it.
You will see it. Outside is nice. The behind it, go behind the Opera House, and then you have this wonderful street. Whenever I have time, people, I will mention this. But behind the Opera House, there is Lazar Street. And if you come here, then again, this wonderful view that you have, the Basilica peeking out.
Nice.
You said you see this from everywhere.
Yeah.
You can also see it from here. It's a really nice view. Interesting view. Spinning the wheel. Go. We are almost at the end. I think we're gonna make it in time, because maybe we can speed things up a little bit. Hospital in the Rock. Yes.
Okay, I can't even give you a subjective opinion on this because I've never been there. I don't think so. Wait.
This is in Buda, under the castle.
Yeah, no, I have not visited the place ever. I don't think so. I actually don't know. Sorry. But I really have no opinions on this.
So, if you go to the Buda Castle, you can experience caves under the castle. Because of how unique the rock formation there is, there's an extensive cave system. There are 3 ways you can enjoy the cave system. 1, there's a labyrinth. There's a reason why that's not on this list. The other one is this. So part of the cave system was turned into a bunker, and that bunker acted as a hospital. During mostly World War II. And you can go through this. It's kind of a claustrophobic experience. You're not really experiencing the caves. It's a bunker, so I mean, parts of it you see the cave formations, but it's really just a few places. I think it's super interesting.
Okay.
But the other one, which is the regular, let's say, cave tour, which you can only book through getyourguide.com, I think. Let me see if this maybe is Buda Castle Cave Tour. Yeah. So you see, this is a cave. This is definitely a cave here, right? I would, and this is not on this list. I would say if you have the time and you can book, this is absolutely something you should. It's really nice, really informative, tells you a lot of the story. There are 2 ones. I think one is like an hour long and the other is an hour and a half, 2 hours almost.
Okay.
Because of how extensive the system is. I would go for the longer one because it is very nice. It is very interesting. But coming back to the hospital in the rock, if you are interested in history, you want to experience the cave in a way, then I think it's unique, it's interesting. Because it tells a very, very tragic, specific tragic story related to this place. But this is something I would say you should visit on your 2nd or 3rd time when you're here.
Cool. I mean, I have to agree. Again, I haven't seen it, so wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Did you minimize it?
No. I've been talking about this, but we haven't shown this. Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
But next time our producers could like shout in here to check the chat. Thank you. Apologies. Okay. This is how the bunker looks like. But by the way, it's almost 2 hours in and we haven't made a mistake yet. Now we made one. Apologies for that. Nevertheless, this is how the entry looks like. It's a bunker. See, it is a bunker. You see it's worked out. But there are some nice, you know, installations, replications of how things were there. And the other one, just to show you the difference, is in this little street somewhere over here. Where is it? I found it. Travutca. Here, Tòrò. This one. Let me phrase this again. Cave. This is a cave. This looks much better.
Is it a cave?
This is the one I would recommend. And the other one I would recommend for a 2nd or 3rd time. On that note, you look like you're enjoying it. Which one is it? So we can look out for it. Are you talking about the wine or are you talking about the cave, Karen? I'm happy to answer both. Map. By the way, I saw a map asked if you can slide it down on the slides at the Gellért Hill ones. Not all of them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
And maybe you shouldn't, but yeah.
So this is a wine from Szekszád. It's not really available everywhere, but the Szekszád region, if you want to know more about wine in Hungary, then we actually have a video about it. All the regions, all the wine. Go and check that out next time, Karen, because you will know what is a good wine here in Hungary. So, administration. This one, tier list. We have the tier list up. Excellent.
We haven't put it in the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's 2nd or 3rd.
Sure. Cool.
Moving on to the desktop view and this one here. I had the choice, spin the wheel.
rapid
It's
fire.
Saturday night. Let your hair hang down. I always wanted long hair, but never could manage it. Christmas markets. Yes.
I don't like them. Personally, again, absolutely subjective. It's way too crowded, way too expensive, but I have to give it to the places. They are in nice areas. So obviously one is the one I know and most people know is the Vörösmarty tér, Vörösmarty Square one. And nowadays, for a couple of years now, there's the continuation of it, sort of, in front of the Basilica.
Yeah.
So again, if it's the winter time and you are visiting Budapest, you basically cannot miss these. You will see them, you will walk through them, you will experience the crowd that gets together on these. Personally, they don't really hold any attraction value for me because it's just shops basically and some food, which can be nice, but again, extremely expensive, even the cheapo options that they have to have these days. But again, nice areas, you will be there, you will see it, so can't recommend it specifically, but if it's in the winter time, then sure, why not?
The thing is, and a lot of people don't know this, but Christmas markets is more like a Germanic thing. It's something that's more prominent, especially in Germany, small German villages, Austrian places. The one in Vienna is always very famous, and there are also some very good ones in France. To us Hungarians, this is kind of like a new thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, you remember Vörösmarty Square? That was like the OG Christmas market, and I read about this. During socialist times, we did have like that, and already at that time, locals were complaining, it's expensive, food is not that great, why do we even have this? And we still have it. So I think from a Christmas vibe perspective, it looks nice. Just don't spend money there. And see, in that case, it's for free. Maybe get a mulled wine. It's like 1,400 forints, so what, like maximum €4.
Yeah.
Not, super great quality, but it's fine. You get warm with it. It's nice if you like, mulled wine. But other than that, no reason to try any of the foods. What I'm really shocked is like you have street foods here, like lángos, which is like this dough, this bread dough that we deep fried. Yeah, it's deep fried, amazing. We put like toppings on it. It's like 3 times as expensive than if you walk like 500 meters from here. The rétes, that's the strudel, so that's like a very thin pastry which has fillings.
With a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like cottage cheese, poppy seed, cherry, apple strudel. These are amazing. Literally, you walk one corner and you get to the first strudel house in Budapest, where again strudel is still, we consider it as locals, expensive. It's like 700, 800 for it's €2. Here, it's 4 or 5 euros. You literally need to walk 100 meters. So here's the thing. Should you come to Budapest because of the Christmas market? No. Should you come to Budapest in December? Sure, absolutely. Any time of the year is amazing. And then, there's a little bit of a Christmas vibe. The market itself is, so there is no thing for this. I would say it's you will visit it, just don't spend money on it.
Don't visit it for the market.
Exactly.
Have the market as a nice or not so nice bonus, but I would never recommend this to anyone.
The market, I think, is like a pit stop. You go to the Basilica, then you go to the Parliament. By the way, there's a Christmas market in front of it, so why not check it out? Okay, what's next? The desktop view is next, and the lovely picker.
Okay, getting there.
Andrássy Avenue, I think that's gonna be it. Yes.
S tier, walk through it, if you can, obviously. It's one of the best places that we have in the city. It's historic, lots of nice buildings. Again, one end is basically the Basilica, the other end is Hero Square and the Városliget, or the big park. It's again, just go there, walk through it. It's a couple of kilometers, I think like 2, maybe 3, something like that.
I think it's 2.5. I think we write it in the video.
If you can, then walk through it. If you can't, then there's the Kisföld alatti, or Metro Line 1, or Millennium Subway, it has like a million names, which in itself is a sight to see, by the way. I would definitely recommend it. I kind of tied up with Andrássy Avenue anyways, because it just goes straight under it. Yeah, this one. S. Definitely S tier. You can't really miss it. You can't really get around it, in my opinion.
So, while I do agree why you put it into S, okay, I'm willing to go for it. I was on the edge of giving it an A, because it's time commitment. You need to.
It is.
So
it is.
This is the center over here, and you have this very, very long 2.5 kilometers. Not that long, but it is long. What I love about this, and back in the day when I was young, I knew something about this. I learned something about this place, and I was like, whenever I met a girl and wanted to show them that I'm so smart, I told them about this thing. So you see, this is the end where we have the Hero Square. Again, S tier, definitely visit, you'll be here, and you see that it's open, right? You have these small service roads, but then if you go a little bit further down the road, things get a little bit more creamier. And once you get to the very, very end of it, it's like the walls are even closer.
Yeah.
So the Hungarian word for this avenue is sugárút, which is like ray, like the sun ray. And one of the reasons why we call it this way is because that it is like the ray of the sun. If you paint the sun as a child, you would do something like, I don't know, let me get some magical things here, but you would have the sun, right? And then you would have the rays coming in, like that, something like that, right? And they are thick here and less thick here. And that's why we call this a sun ray road, because of that shape. Because at the Hősök tere, it's wide and it goes in like this, just like the sunlight.
I mean, it's a nice thing to know. I just wonder how it went down with the girl, but
believe me, didn't.
Fair enough.
Yes, but definitely.
You definitely have wooed me.
The good thing is you can take the M1 historic subway, go to...
Kodály is a nice place, by the way.
This thing here is a nice place. But you can just, use the subway, the historic subway, the first subway on the continent and the first electric subway in the world. Go to Hero Square, go to Széchenyi thermal bath, and then walk back on the Andrássy Avenue because of the historic buildings. So S tier?
S tier.
S tier. Tier listing. We are at the tier listing. We put this into S tier. Where is it? Here it is. Excellent. Next. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. High choice. Spin the wheel. And Map would definitely want to do that historic subway. And you should. And the good thing is, no need to buy separate tickets or anything. The
Yeah.
regular passes are good. Pub crawling.
As a recommendation?
It is a
Really?
recommendation.
Really? Please don't.
I think this is easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
D. No need to pay for a pub crawling. The best thing. So here's the thing. Before we even put that anywhere, if you are going to the city center, this is the city center, and this is like the party district with Szimpla Kert and all the other pubs. Very easy. Just go to any one of them, enjoy it, and then maybe go to another one that you like from the outside.
Yep.
And that's your pub crawl. No need to pay for people to take you around, in all honesty.
Literally, there are places next to each other. So why does this exist?
So Radio Free Australia is saying that, you know, it's he heard that it's frowned upon by most pubs. So that is the hen parties and the bachelor parties.
Yeah.
So that is separate. There are these pub crawls that are actually, you know, well organized. People take you around, explain a little bit. It's like a tour with a tour guide, but with drinks as well. So after 2 places, you probably won't even listen about anything that's happening here.
But maybe they don't let you drink so much that you are actually
No,
wasted. So.
there is actually like most, because I read about what these tours are like, there's like a set. At one place you try Unicum, and then maybe a beer. And then the next place it's just a beer. And then maybe somewhere else a palinka. So it's kind of well balanced out.
But you don't have to pay for that.
You don't have to pay for that. That is absolutely a D tier in all honesty.
Sure.
Just go, and I don't think any one of you, our viewers are nice. You guys don't really care about those kind of things. Oh, by the way, I made a mistake. This is the pub crawling. This is Szimpla.
Really?
I know, small pictures. Apologies. Pub crawling.
I mean, we are represented by pub crawling. That's so sad. Though we do have a video that we made.
Yes.
That's
See, you can do it without paying anyone. Yes. All right. Next. Oh, wait. Again. So no one has seen this. But I have made a mistake because the 2 of us here, yes. So this was somewhere here. No, it's down here because that is the pub crawling. We are drinking. We are pub crawling.
We are okay.
This was simpler because
how sad.
Too small. I couldn't find a better picture.
Yeah.
Of garbage all over the place. Desktop view. Can we finish this in time? Can we finish this in time? Oh, we haven't finished this in time already. We are a few minutes. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying us. We will try to finish this as quickly as possible. The Buda Castle Palace. Precisely the palace and the inside.
Hilarious name. It's like bacon salon. Again, one of the main things that you will see.
But would you go inside to the museum? Because that's what ChatGPT is recommending. That's what things are recommending.
Really?
Go inside.
No.
Inside.
When the first time you visit, absolutely not. If there's no specific reason or an extra, installation or whatever that you want to see, no. Just walking around the castle district and especially around the castle itself, because there are a lot of nice buildings behind what you see on the picture there.
Like this one here.
Oh yeah. You will already, spend like 3 or 4 hours. Well, not so much, but maybe. You don't need to go in there. This is a lot nicer to just watch to see from the outside, explore the neighboring area, maybe go over to Gellért Hill or Margit Sziget even, if you are going down the other way. S tier though, definitely S tier, because you will see it. This is one of the things why you are here, but not to go inside. No.
And Chris B is mentioning it is a really beautiful area, and I think that is the keyword, the area itself, because
the palace is not that special.
It is a museum. It is a museum of the history of Budapest, and I think even on here it is separately mentioned, and I was kind of surprised that this is what ChatGPT is recommending to go
Nonsense.
inside and into the museum itself. The building and the surrounding area, in general, the castle district, S tier. But you don't need to go inside the palace. No need to book, no need to go inside. Actually, there's a lot of reconstruction and maintenance happening here. Part of it is actually currently almost demolished. So there's going to be a lot of rebuilding, but the area surrounding it is very good. The area. So do we say that this is an S tier with these informations?
I mean, the item itself does not say going into the museum or anything, so yes, it is an S tier.
Okay, palace is an S tier. Next. Almost there. Radio Free Austria A. I get it.
Sure,
I get it. Maybe we will change it. We'll see, but
no changing it.
New York Cafe. I think this is one of the top of everyone. Oh, I did not remove it. Let me remove it. Oh, everything is here now. New York Cafe, gone. So, the New York Cafe. I'll just show one picture. I'll just say one thing about it. It is gorgeous on the inside. You will never see these empty chairs.
Yeah.
This is where they give breakfast, I think, to people. You will be sitting somewhere else, very crowded, still very pretty. I will have to tell you, it is very pretty, but it is expensive. And where is a picture that shows the crowd?
Obviously,
no one
there
likes
will
to
be
take
no
pictures of the
picture
crowd. Obviously.
You do have a video about it.
We do have a video about it. Anyways, let's just stick with this picture here as a background. So here's the thing. I would not go. I think this is D because of how overcrowded it is, how expensive it is, and how you're crammed with people, and the quality isn't super great.
Look, it's a cafe. You will see beautiful buildings like this just looking at the real recommendations, right? You don't have to see one more because it's a cafe. Again, expensive, way too many people, way too popular for its own good. There's really just no reason for this, in my opinion. D. Totally D. I like how they renovated it because it used to be basically a ruin, the whole building, by the way. But that's it. You don't have to go in.
So R has mentioned that if you go to the hotel, because this is part of a hotel, in that case you will be somewhere up there, looking down at the
plebeians.
Yes. How they're eating there, and you're like there, and like I'm sleeping here. I'm always here. Then it's good. In that case, it's good because the downstairs part where you get the breakfast. It's not that crowded because they don't let other people in there, but it's just way too many people. Way too many people.
There's always a line there.
It is.
It's insane.
And AV has skipped it because we said the recommendation was to skip it.
Well,
did you go somewhere else maybe? I'm really curious because we also have a video about other cafes. Can you go in to walk through? No, you have to wait at the door and get seated, and there's also table charge. Well, service charge. And the coffee there is terrible, indeed. See, here's the thing. I don't know if there's like a really, really good picture, and the social media is full of this. Let me try and see if I search for, what is this? New York Cafe, Budapest Eye, képek, pictures.
It's such a lie.
These are such lies. Yeah. So I think maybe this one could be good. The thing is, where they take these pictures from, you are standing in the line to take this picture. There's always a ton of people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's just no reason.
Tier listing. Let's speedrun this. There are so many other better cafes. And Párizsi Udvar was mentioned. I hope that it was a very long time ago when I was there, not before it was renovated into a luxurious hotel.
Also, we are talking about the stuff at
at
Ferenciek.
It's hopefully that will not become like a tourist trap. It is expensive, so maybe that will divert a lot of people.
I just don't like it that they closed it off. I used to walk through it when it was not renovated. So
Indeed. What else do we have?
Not so many.
And as R mentions, where I showed the picture, that is from the hotel. Part of it, yes. But Vajdahunyad Castle, which is right next to Hősök tere.
Yeah, it is. As a separate recommendation, so just Vajdahunyad Castle, I don't really understand it. For me, personally, this has always been just a part of the park.
Yeah.
So part of Városliget. If you go there, you will see it. You should see it. It's a nice eclectic building. You should read up on the history of it, why it exists, how it was built. These are basically copies of buildings from all over the old Hungarian kingdom, right? The big one. Yeah.
It's sort of to represent different architectures from different eras of Hungary. This is a fake castle. That's the fun part of it.
It's a huge fake castle from a lot of places built together.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. There used to be concerts here, classical concerts in the courtyard. It was one of the best things that I went with my mom, my now wife, a couple of times. It was amazing. They don't do it anymore, sadly. But the whole park is nice. You will see it, and you should see it. Separately, wouldn't really recommending it with the Hero Square, the park, and all the other stuff. For me, it's a mess.
Yeah. And there is a mentioning about a cafe. There is a cafe right over here. I haven't been to the cafe, so I have no recollection of if we would recommend it or not. But anyways, even if you buy a takeaway coffee from somewhere else and sit here, you see that there's a pond here.
Yeah.
This is in a really nice area, and walk around it, observe it, the architecture. It's really nice. It's really cool. There is a museum inside, which is the Museum of Agriculture.
Yeah, it is.
The building in the inside is nice. Just the way the outside has different architectures represented. Same applies to the inside.
Yeah.
But the
agriculture. If you like it, sure.
You see a lot of students and school people going in here because it's mandatory to go through the history of Hungarian agriculture whenever you're a student. But
which is fine.
It's fine. It's okay, but you don't need to go inside.
Yeah,
you can even go up to the turrets and the towers. But you won't get a super extra view here.
No.
Visit it. It's an S tier because it's nice. It's like you're in Harry Potter.
Yeah. It's kind of magical.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like it. I always liked it.
I kind of start to see a pattern here, and that pattern is that in Budapest, generally, the castle district is super S tier, and Városliget City Park is like S tier.
They are very top-loaded with stuff to see there. So huge area, both of them. So makes sense, but yeah, it is what it is.
We are almost at the end, people, and thank God that you guys are still here and listening in and giving your feedbacks. Because according to Gask, the whole park is also a great place to take a stroll in. Absolutely. Dohány Street Synagogue.
Again, just on the fact that it's the biggest synagogue in Europe.
Outside of Israel.
Makes sense. But in Europe or in the world?
In the world.
Oh, holy crap.
In the world.
Wow. And it is huge. It is insanely big. obviously you will not really get a good view of it because it's in the middle of well, the city center.
Well, it's located obviously in the old Jewish district, also where the ghetto was located during World War II. But see, it's hard to say my problem. The thing about this place is the price. 13,000 Hungarian forints for entry. Now, inside, you can just freely walk around, or there is always a scheduled tour. You can join in on that and learn more about the place. And on the inside, it is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous building, irrespective of religion and stuff. This is a really, really nice looking building, architecture-wise. It's super unique because of this, you know, Mediterranean, Arabic influences on the Jewish culture back in those days. It is, and again, probably someone who knows more about architecture than I do is getting bold.
Which is anyone.
Yes, but it is a nice building. However, the 13,000 Hungarian forints,
that's excessive.
It's very excessive. If you compare that to the parliament buildings, 32 euro price tag for non-EU residents, this costs the same for us who live here and anybody from anywhere. It is insane.
I maybe been there once a long time ago, so I can't really tell you how big it is, or I mean just what you get for the money that you pay. So I really can't comment on that, but just on the face of it, 13k for a entrance is that's a bit extreme. But the building you will see from the outside, sadly nothing from the inside if you don't pay the extraordinary amount of money. But I don't know. It's definitely something to see. I would actually recommend this to myself as well, because it's been a long time.
Honestly,
it's just way too expensive.
I want to go here again. I was here when I was a student, so I don't remember a lot, because when you're a kid, you're not interested in architecture. If you are, good for you, and please come to Budapest, because you will see a lot of nice ones. But I do want to come back here, experience it again. It's just this price tag. My personal recommendation is that because of the location of this place, so this one is, maybe if you paid attention, you remember I said this here. Let me try and put this. Why are there so many? Oh my God, they want to sell me so many things. So this part about Budapest here. This is what I call the party district. It is one of the most eclectic parts of the town. It is where the old Jewish ghetto was located, and it was a place where a lot of Jewish people lived.
It's a Jewish quarter.
It is full of memories, monuments, statues, an interesting history of these times. If you can and have the time and you're really interested, I would highly recommend getting a tour guide. There are tours just for this area. And you know, we came here because of Szimpla. I came here a lot because of the cafes, because of the food, because of many other things, and oftentimes I hear tour guides explain things and talk about it. It's a fascinating tale. I think a lot of them do really good tours. If you can, you know, research about it, and if you have the time to go on a walking tour, experience it, the Jewish history of this area that way. It is a fascinating story, also tragic, but it is something to learn about. And then there is the synagogue. Honestly, I would not pay that much money for it. I think we have a category that may fit this very well, and that would be visit if you have time, or see somewhere here. I would give it a B, maybe.
I mean, again, just the fact that it's the biggest one, it looks really, really nice. Sure, fine, but you have to decide if it's just if it's worth the money. I don't even know how much time you spend inside there, to be perfectly honest. Again, it's been
kind of like the same as
long
in the
time
parliament.
ago.
It's like 45 minutes to a max an hour.
Then that's just way too freaking expensive.
Yeah.
In that phase, I would even go down C, but I'm fine. We can have it at B. You will see it from the outside, so you cannot really miss it. You will be there. You should, and it looks amazing. But yeah.
4 more to go.
Okay.
We are there. We are almost there. Radio Free Australia would put it into C. I think
agree.
It's
but
top of C, bottom of B, somewhere there. Wait, Buda Castle Palace. Oh, wait, a high choice. We had that already.
Thank God.
Spin again. Only three. I think this is gonna be for sale pub.
I don't even know what that is.
You do know because you went to school right next to it.
Oh, the one that we talked. Oh yeah. Sure. To me, because I went to school right next to it, the fact that this is something noteworthy and that this is a hugely popular place is just mind-blowing. I've been here, I've been next to it for many years and nobody was interested in it. There were a couple of people inside. It wasn't really popular or anything.
Nope.
So, I don't know. It's just for the freaking notes hanging from the ceiling. I would absolutely give it a D because I just can't
find a really good picture that also gives over the vibe for some reason.
What the hell?
Anyways, I will stick with this. You can see these notes here. It's notes from people who visited here before. And it is also a paper-filled fire hazard, rightly put, Mr. R. Absolutely. So, when I was much younger, I came here, you get a beer for cheap, that's fine. And now I'm shocked for the past several years, this is like heavily TikTok friendly, Instagram, amazing, come here. Here's one thing, I will give one thing to this place. Their goulash soup, it is good. It is very good. Maybe a bit too expensive, maybe. But if it's, if a lot of you are going there, because they give like these huge buckets of goulash, they don't have like small goulash, I think. What they don't show you on this picture of this goulash is that right next to it there's a bowl you need to take it out from. And this is a smaller version of that. There's even a bigger version of it. Nevertheless, the goulash is very good. However, we came here on a Friday, 12 o'clock when they opened up.
Okay.
We luckily got a seat. Barely got a seat. When we left, there was a line outside. Here's the thing. You want to come here because, oh my God, there are these papers everywhere. It's nice, the goulash is amazing, yay. Don't really, no. I mean, we will make a video about this. The goulash is very good. If you can get in here, if you don't mind spending the time, come here for it. But you can do so much better elsewhere. You can, without waiting.
Other quirky places. It's just a quirky place, but whatever.
The service is really nice. The service was very friendly when we went, very good, but it's just so packed with people. It's just so packed. It's a D. It is a D.
D, yeah.
And we are on this. Oh.
We have way too many. we
For
have
sale
way too many there.
Why is there 3 here and why is there only... Anyway.
We can rate them without the spinny spin.
The spinny spin, but the spinny spin decides.
Sure.
It's the Széchenyi thermal bath. Oh wait, again, I haven't clicked it. You see it's Széchenyi thermal bath. Okay, back over here. I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Live streaming is fun, but it's tiring. Back to the Városliget, the famous park, where we have the Széchenyi thermal bath. How would you rate this place?
Again, it's a bath, so I would sort of recommend it. It doesn't really matter to me which one, apart from Rudas. So Gellért, this one, smaller ones, whatever. If you are interested in this culture or in this experience, kind of recommend it. Not necessarily on an S tier, but somewhere below that. But it's a time commitment. It's a money commitment. It's not cheap. Even though Rudas is the most expensive, these are not so much cheaper.
Indeed, because it's 11,000 Hungarian forints, it's about 27 euros.
That's kind of insane. But it's a nice place. It's huge. A lot of medence, pools. A lot of pools. So it kind of fits the million people who go there every single day, most of which are obviously tourists, but there are a lot of pensioners going there because they might be on for medical reasons and stuff like that. B is if you have time. B, I would rate it B, but again, it doesn't really matter which one. If you want this, then it can be any of the baths. If you are not that interested in it or don't want to waste too much time on it, because it is time, you can't just go in and be there for half an hour, because why would you do that? Then sure.
I would say going to a thermal bath is absolutely S tier. It's an amazing experience. Széchenyi, I would put it an A, because if you go there in time, in the early morning, and you have your expectations set that there will be a lot of people and you don't mind hopping from pool to pool, trying to find, a little bit peace at times, you will really enjoy it. And I think we did have AV, enjoyed it, loved it, and Edward always remembers the day he spent at Széchenyi.
Well then.
And I think it is, gorgeous. It is historic.
Oh yeah.
And definitely. The thermal waters are excellent. I would put this in A because, unfortunately, you cannot just go there at any time of the day. Maybe, as we kind of showed it, I think, in our itinerary video, in the morning, you take the historic subway to Széchenyi, you spend your time here, then in Városliget City Park, and then walk in via Andrássy Avenue. Maybe
that's a nice day, by the way.
Yeah, that does sound like a nice day.
Okay, I can agree with A.
Okay, then we go and switcheroo to the tier list and make this a final. Because the chain bridge is on this list. The chain bridge and Grand Market Hall.
Which was the last in the spinny spin, so
yeah. Which one you want to talk about first? Grand Market Hall or
let's
chain
go with
bridge?
The Grand Market Hall.
Grand Market Hall, yes.
Again, spent many years next to it because of my high school. So been there a lot of times. Never really shopped there because obviously I didn't need it. I lived a long way away from it. But on a very essential level, I don't understand why this is a huge thing. It's a huge building with a lot of, marketplace stuff. To me, it's nothing special. Might be to you, might be to some countries, cultures, I don't really know. For me, I never really understood it, why it was a tourist attraction. The building is nice though. It looks nice. It's in a very nice area. Wouldn't necessarily shop there though, especially not food.
Shopping though.
Maybe you get 2 potatoes and a carrot. Wow, amazing. But there's nothing really special that's going on there. It's just, basic places. Because you will be there. You will be near the area. Just pop in, see it. Wow, that's nice. Get out. It's 5 minutes. It's
not 5 minutes. It's not.
If you walk around, you shouldn't. I don't think you should because
it's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes for me at least. Because I take, I walk around the ground floor, then the first floor, just to get shocked of the prices, but also you get a good view from the top down. And then there's an underground section where you have good pickled products. And Because
Okay,
I like
sure.
exploring this. It's about the vibes, just as Radio Free Australia is saying.
Cool.
Sniff
Fair
in that market vibes. Remember the time when we went to Norway and in Bergen we went to the market? That is also a tourist trap. But the vibe, looking at food, it's an amazing experience. It's the same to me here. But I agree, it's A. It is not an S tier because of how
I would be freaking
bad
shocked.
the food on the first floor is.
Yeah.
Never eat on the first floor here. It's a total ripoff. Mumba has just been there for some reason. A stall owner that was selling dragon fruit for 5,000 Hungarian forints. Why would you buy dragon fruit in Hungary? No, no. Oh, by the way, again, we've been talking about this wonderful little place and haven't shown the picture. But now we are. Anyways, this here is A. We all agree.
Fine.
Okay.
Almost agree.
And finally, administering. What's happening here? Where did I take Rudas from here? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. The chain bridge as an attraction. Finally, thank you so much for sticking around with us. How would you rate the chain bridge as an attraction?
As an attraction, you will be in the area. I know I've said it a lot of times, but this is just the truth. As you are exploring the city, you will, turn up at very iconic locations anyways. This is one of them. It's nice to look at. You will not have the experience of your lifetime, but it's a very, very nice building. Can I say it's a building structure? You will see it, you will be there. No one has to recommend it specifically. It's an S tier because it exists and it's just there, and you will have to go through it, use it, look at it, and be marveled at it. That's it. It's easy.
I would say that the chain bridge is a good composition piece. I would not recommend walking through it. You can if that's one of your ways of getting from one place
from
to the
the
other.
hill to the Basilica, for example.
Exactly.
Absolutely
But
works.
I would look at it from from afar. Like for example, this is somewhere close to the castle.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think, if you never go up with the funicular, never,
Yeah.
because it's so expensive now. It is ridiculously expensive.
For like 2 minutes.
But like right next to the funicular, there is this. What are you doing, Google? I mean, this is because I am at the wrong place. I am the wrong place. Thank you. So from this part, it's not the best, but if you walk up here with the nice little people, you can get the view that you just saw in that pretty picture. However, if you walk down, you can see that there are many of these, let's say, stairs and stuff like that. On top, the castle tunnel, there's a place up there. And why Google is dropping me here? Let me try and find this spot. Is it? Why?
You can now actually go on top of it?
Yes, you can. That is the best thing about it. Maybe this. It's not even on the right side of it. I'm trying, people. I'm trying. Maybe this one. Yes. See here, this part, it's already done.
Yeah,
this is
done.
Renovated. You can walk all over here, and then you can get this really nice view of like the straight, nice chain bridge. But my best and favorite one, depending on the season, by the way, because sometimes there is like a bar over here, but on the other side, if you are down here, you can get a really good view. Now here you can see that in the background you have the castle. If you walk a little bit to like this side over here, you can perfectly align it with like you have the two chain bridge elements. In the middle you have the castle. Perfect shot. Perfect shot.
S tier.
And if we do it S tier,
I mean, what else would you give it? But I do agree that it's better to look at it from sort of a distance. And to me, by the way, the Parliament is the same. It's up close, it's nice, and you can see the details, whatever. But you have to take it in as it is, the full building or structure. But it has to be an S tier. I mean, come on. And that's it, I think.
Yes. And by the way, we have been again, I think maybe
showing nothing because that would be freaking hilarious.
No, I think we were showing the good pictures. Yes. One other thing I wanted to mention to what you have mentioned, the parliament. So when you're close to the parliament, on the parliament side, as you said, hard to take good pictures. Take the subway to the other side, to Batthyány. You can walk down, and even on Google Maps, there is this viewing point. You can get a perfect view of the parliament from the front. Take your pictures from there. And that is our list, Marci.
This has been a monster.
This has been a monster stream. And again, thank you so much for all of you who have been here with us today.
Listening to us babbling on about
Budapest attractions. Anyone has any questions maybe that we can help your next visit with, or anything about Budapest and Hungary? I'm really curious. All we're getting is thanks. And Nimbus is visiting right now. Hope you have an excellent time, even if it's winter and it's cold a little bit. But hopefully in the next few days, this will get maybe a little bit warmer. Let's see, maybe.
Sort of, maybe.
Yes. We are tired, Marci.
Yes,
hope you guys are tired from all this information. Thank you so much for watching.
In a good way.
In a good way. Have a nice day, evening, morning,
and everything.
And anything. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
And have a nice rest of your time. Bye-bye.